Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, November 12. Jamaica and China are currently working on an air services agreement which is expected to open up trade and people-to-people exchange. In an interview with JIS News following his 8-day official working visit to China recently, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the trip marked a new phase of Jamaica-China relationship. With a new focus on trade, Mr. Holness says Jamaican coffee and live lobsters are being exported to China, with possible expansion into other areas.
The Chinese market is huge. China possibly now has the largest middle-class market in the world. So our opportunities here are significant, particularly in tourism. And so we have started the work on ensuring that we can have airlift capacity.
During his assignment in China, Mr. Holness participated in the second China International Import Exposition. He also met with President Xi Jinping and municipal leaders to discuss increasing Jamaica-China partnership. The parties discussed the use of technology to build climate change resilience in energy, agriculture, and water. Health and wellness, light manufacturing, education, sport, and culture were also explored. The success of the country's economic reform program, ERP, has been credited to the broad-based stakeholder commitment and ownership of the reforms. The review comes from former International Monetary Fund IMF Mission Chief for Jamaica, Dr. Uma Ramakrishnan. She was addressing journalists during a video conference yesterday.
The ownership that we have seen across administrations through an election cycle where things went so smoothly, like as if nothing changed, and where the commitment to retain the policy discipline, especially on the fiscal side, was something that for everyone to take note of and to take on board as a lesson.
Other lessons, according to Dr. Ramakrishnan, are the social consensus and support for the reforms that are evident through the Economic Program Oversight Committee (EPOC) and more difficult decisions such as pension reform and direct and indirect tax shifting, among others.
So, it is a story of the country coming together behind these reforms to make sure that the economic policy is sustained and the fiscal policy is is put in a path that is sustainable for the future.
Jamaica concluded its $1.7 billion six-year precautionary standby arrangement with the IMF on November 10. That engagement also included the precursory $932 million extended fund facility. In other news, $30 million will be spent to repair sections of the road network in Portland. Tom's Hope Road, Back Road, and Rural Hill are among the list of roads selected for upgrading. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie made the announcement on Friday during a tour of parochial roads in the parish.
We are going to be doing a major parochial road by the name Rural Hill. That road is critical to this part of the island because that road, although it is a municipal road, it is the access road that gets you in and out of Port Antonio in case there's a problem on the major road. That is a major access road.
Minister McKenzie said the road repairs in the parish will be conducted in several phases, with the first to be completed in 2019-2020. Phase 2 of the program is to start during the 2020-2021 financial year. The minister was accompanied by a technical team from the ministry, political representatives in the parish, as well as personnel from the Portland Municipal Corporation. And still in Portland, Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie broke ground on Friday for the first of 2 water shops. The facilities will be built at a cost of approximately $19.5 million. The parish is the latest to benefit under the government's initiative to construct water shops as a means of improving access to the commodity in drought-affected communities across Jamaica.
What this water shop will do, we're going to be putting down facility to house 20,000 gallons of water that will be provided free of cost to the community. The construction is expected to commence shortly and will last about 2 months.
One of the water shops is to be constructed in the community of Commodore, benefiting more than 1,000 residents. An announcement will be made at a later date as to the location of the other facility. The water shop is expected to be fully operational by February 2020. Jamaica will soon have its very own platform to securely share information between government entities and certain approved private sector bodies. Dubbed the Jamaica Data Exchange Platform, this system will provide a standardized and secure way to access government services online. It's being created and will be managed by eGov Jamaica Limited. eGov's CEO Maurice Barnes says the platform will be similar to Estonia's X-Road.
When our data protection law takes effect, the platform will also facilitate that particular act, in that it will be able to monitor who has access to what data and to ensure that only persons who are authorized to access data can access data. If there are any breaches, those things can be detected on this particular platform. So it's something that we're working on. It's fully homegrown, and we, certainly before the end of the financial year, we'll have a version of it.
Mr. Barnes says eGov is also embarking on a once-only policy, which would allow for the seamless sharing of information between government entities.
When you do business with the government, the information that you give to one entity, you'll not be required to give that to each and every entity multiple times.
And finally, Cabinet has given approval for the Tobacco Industry Regulations Act to be repealed. Minister without portfolio with responsibility for information, Carl Samuda, says the decision is as a result of the closure of the Tobacco Industry Control Authority.
With the repeal of the Act, Jamaica will be one step closer to full compliance with the obligations under the Convention. The real purpose of the Act is to promote the interests of the tobacco industry in Jamaica by assisting in its development and by promoting the welfare of persons engaged in the tobacco industry.
Mr. Samuda was speaking at last Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing. He noted that in 1983, Jamaica ratified the World Health Organization WHO Framework of Cooperation on Tobacco Control. The country is also party to the WHO's Framework Convention on Tobacco since July 2005. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.